Y'all, things just got serious. Hold up, this is not just some small gossip. Mama Jones has just come forward with shocking news about Chrissy Lampkin, and trust me, this is not your average tea. This is a whole buffet of drama, secrets, and a health crisis that no one saw coming. So, here's the shocking part. Chrissy Lampkin is reportedly battling leukemia, and Jim Jones is completely heartbroken over it. But wait, that is not even the whole story. Mama Jones is not holding back anymore. We all know she has never really been Chrissy's biggest fan. For years, she has been giving Chrissy the side eye, but now she is finally speaking out. And what she is saying has the entire industry in shock. Mama Jones has always been very vocal about her feelings when it comes to Jim and Chrissy's relationship. She has never been shy about calling Chrissy out, and their tension has been obvious for a long time. But now, she is revealing some major secrets that no one expected. The question is, what exactly did she find out? For years, Jim and Chrissy's relationship has been a roller coaster. They have been engaged for over a decade, but they've never made it to the altar. And a big reason for that has been the issues between Chrissy and Mama Jones. Their rocky relationship has been well documented, with arguments, shade, and a lot of drama along the way. Mama Jones has never fully approved of Chrissy, and she has made that clear over the years. But now, with Chrissy's health reportedly in crisis, things are changing. Jim Jones is said to be devastated, and this might be the moment that finally brings the family together, or tears them apart for good. If these reports about Chrissy's illness are true, then Jim has some serious decisions to make about his future with her. As for Mama Jones, she is dropping bombshells that no one expected. She is not just talking about the past drama, she is exposing things that could change everything. Is she revealing something about Chrissy's health? Or is she uncovering secrets about Chrissy and Jim's relationship that we do not know about yet? Right now, the industry is buzzing with questions. Fans want to know what is really going on. Is Chrissy actually sick? And if so, how serious is it? Will Jim finally step up and marry her, knowing she might be facing the fight of her life? And what is Mama Jones really trying to say with all of this? One thing is for sure, this situation is no longer just about relationship drama. If Chrissy truly is battling leukemia, then this is something much bigger. Jim and Chrissy's love story has had its fair share of ups and downs, but now, everything is being tested in a way no one expected. As the truth continues to come out, we will have to see where this goes. Will Jim and Chrissy finally put all the drama behind them and come together? Or will Mama Jones' latest revelations cause even more damage? One thing is certain, this story is far from over, and it is about to get even more intense. Really fighting for her life, or is this some twisted behind-the-scenes reality TV stunt gone too far? And listen, the streets are talking. Social media is in full meltdown mode, because some folks are saying Chrissy's been hiding this for months. But why? What is Jim really going through right now? Y'all ain't ready for what we about to uncover in this deep dive, so grab your popcorn, hit that like button, and let's get into the real story behind this chaotic mess. Alright y'all, this ain't a drill. Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones just got hit with some of the most shocking news in their entire relationship, and guess who came through with the tea? None other than Mama Jones herself. Y'all already know when she speaks it's either going to be messy, controversial, or straight up chaotic. And this time it's all three, so let's rewind for a sec, because this story is deeper than y'all think. Chrissy and Jim's relationship has been rocky since day one. We all saw it play out on Love and Hip Hop, right? A decade of engagement with Anna, wedding, constant drama, Mama Jones never approving of Chrissy, and let's not forget the infamous "you will never be my daughter-in-law" moment that had everybody shook. But now the drama done took a whole different turn, because word on the street is that Chrissy has been battling leukemia, and she ain't told nobody, not her fans, not her friends, and worst of all, not even Jim. Like, hold up, how you keep something like this from the man you claim to love? But before we get into all that, let's talk about how this even leaked, because trust me, the way this information got out, it's messier than a reality TV reunion fight. Now y'all know Mama Jones don't play when it comes to her son. She been citing Chrissy for years, accusing her of all kinds of things: gold digging, being manipulative, and even trying to come between her and Jim. So when she started noticing Chrissy acting weird, you already know she had to get to the bottom of it. According to an inside source, Mama Jones started noticing some strange changes in Chrissy's behavior. She stopped going out as much. Y'all know Chrissy loves to party, but for the past few months she'd been MIA. No events, no red carpets, nothing. She started wearing wigs more often now. We ain't saying Chrissy don't love a good lace front, but sources claim she'd been hiding something underneath. She lost a lot of weight fast, and not in a healthy way either. Fans started commenting on her recent pics like, "Chrissy girl, you good?" And then Mama Jones did what any nosy mother-in-law would do. She went through Jim stuff, y'all. She found medical papers, blood work, doctor's notes, all of it, and guess what? Every single paper pointed to one thing: Chrissy has leukemia. Now hold up, let's pause right here, because the real question is, why was Mama Jones the one to find out? Why was Jim keeping it a secret? And most importantly, why was Chrissy hiding it? Well, we about to get into that, because baby, the cover-up was even worse than the diagnosis itself. Now this part right here, it's going to have y'all questioning everything, because turns out Chrissy didn't know she was sick, but instead of coming clean, she allegedly started acting like nothing was wrong, smiling in pictures, posting on IG like everything was fine, and even telling Jim she just had a little cold. But sis, a cold don't have you losing hair. Cold don't have you getting secret treatments behind your fiance's back. A cold don't have your doctors telling you that you got a limited amount of time left. So why was she hiding it? Well, we got 3 possible reasons she ain't want to look weak. Y'all know how reality TV stars move. They got to look untouchable, like nothing can take them down. Chrissy probably didn't want to be seen as sick or fragile. She ain't want Jim to leave her. And this one few, we all know Jim and Chrissy's relationship has been shaky for years. Some sources say she feared if Jim found out he might start drifting away, or worse, cheat. She ain't want to deal with Mama Jones' mouth. And let's be real, Mama Jones would have had a field day with this information. You already no, she would have been saying stuff like, "See, I told you she ain't fit for my son." But y'all, this is where things get real crazy, because instead of supporting Chrissy, Jim flipped out. According to an inside source, when Jim finally found out, he went into full panic mode. Y'all, I ain't never seen Jim Jones this broken before. The man who was always out here flexing, rapping about money and power, suddenly didn't know what to do. Sources say Jim literally SAT and his SAR for hours, just crying, not knowing who to call, what to do, or how to even process the fact that his ride or die might not have much time left. But it gets worse, because when Jim tried to confront Chrissy, she shut him out. That's right, she refused to talk about it, wouldn't answer his questions, wouldn't let him come to her doctor's appointments, and even started sleeping in a different room. Now pause, why would Chrissy push Jim away at a time like this? This is the man who's been by her side for years through all the ups and downs, and now she wanna act brand new. Some sources claim Chrissy was scared Jim would leave her. Others say she was in denial and didn't want to accept reality. But the most shocking theory, Chrissy didn't want Jim to find out the real reason she was sick. Yep, y'all heard that right, because according to some sources, there's a possibility that Chrissy's leukemia might not be natural. And this right here, this is where we step into full-blown scandal territory, because up next we diving into the wildest conspiracy theories surrounding Chrissy's illness. Could it be connected to some dark secrets from her past? Did someone try to set her up? And most importantly, what is Jim planning to do next? Y'all don't want to miss this. Stay tuned for part 2, because it's about to get even crazier. Y'all buckle up, because this story just took a turn so wild that even the most scripted reality TV show couldn't come up with this. If you thought Chrissy Lynn's leukemia diagnosis was the biggest shock, oh, baby, we just getting started, because listen, sources are saying there's a lot more to this story than just a secret illness, and now folks are whispering that Chrissy's health problems might not be as natural as they seem. Yep, I said it, some people out here are straight up suggesting that somebody might have set her up, but who and why? Let's get into it. So boom, right after Jim Jones finds out about Chrissy's illness, he's devastated, right? Man, been crying in his car trying to figure out his next move, and meanwhile, Mama Jones is already out here doing detective work like she in an episode of CSI Harlem. And what she finds out, few baby. So according to an anonymous source, and when I say anonymous, y'all know that mean it's someone deep in the mix, there's a theory going around that Chrissy ain't just sick, she was made sick. Now, before y'all start clutching your pearls, let's look at the facts. Fact number 1, Chrissy been keeping this whole thing a secret. Fact number 2, Mama Jones just happened to find those medical papers at the perfect time. Fact number 3, some sources claimed that Chrissy's condition got worse right after a certain someone came back into the picture. And who might that be? Oh, y'all ain't ready for this. One word on the street is that one of Jim's old flames. Yes, an ex might have had something to do with Chrissy's sudden health crisis. Now let's take a little trip down memory lane, shall we? Jim Jones had quite the player phase before settling down with Chrissy, right? But there was one woman who always had folks talking, somebody who never really let go of Jim. And who is that, y'all? It's none other than Tahari Jose. Yep, Tahiri, the same Tahiri from Love and Hip Hop, the same Tahiri who's been linked to more rappers than a BET Awards after party, the same Tahiri who allegedly still had unfinished business with Jim even while he was with Chrissy. Now let's be real for a second. Do we really think it's a coincidence that Tahiri randomly started popping up again right around the time Chrissy's health started declining? I mean, let's put the pieces together. Tahiri and Jim were spotted at the same event a few months ago. Shortly after that, Chrissy's health started going downhill fast. Then we hear whispers about some mysterious illness that no one wanted to talk about. And here's where it gets really crazy, because if y'all remember, Tahiri been involved in some shady business before. I mean, this ain't her first time being accused of playing dirty behind the scenes. Now, I ain't saying Tahiri did something to Chrissy, but what I am saying is it's a little too convenient that Chrissy's been fighting for her life while an old enemy is suddenly back in the picture. And let's not forget about the money, because guess what else was exposed? A big chunk of Jim's money has been missing over the past few months, like millions. And when Mama Jones dug a little deeper, because y'all know she don't play about her son's bank account, she found out that this money was being funneled into some hush-hush under-the-table medical treatments for Chrissy. So now we got to ask the real question: who is Jim paying off, and why did he need to do it in secret? Because if Chrissy's leukemia was just a natural illness, why all the hidden transactions? Why the shady behavior? Well, let me tell y'all something. Sources are saying that Jim's money might have been hush money, y'all, meaning somebody knows something that they ain't supposed to know, and now Jim is paying to keep them quiet. Now let's really think about this. Was Jim trying to cover up something that happened to Chrissy? Did Tahiri or somebody else do something behind the scenes? Or was Chrissy caught up in some dangerous business that went left? Because let me tell y'all, this next part is what's going to blow your mind. There's been rumors, yes, rumors, that Chrissy might have gotten involved with some bad people before she got sick. I'm talking about money laundering, backdoor deals, maybe even some street stuff. Now, we all know Chrissy is about her business. She'd been writing for Jim for years, but sources claim she might have been doing some things on the side, things that could have put her health and her life in danger. And now that she's sick, some folks believe it ain't just a random illness, but payback. Yep, word is Chrissy got caught up in something way deeper than she realized, and when she tried to walk away, somebody made sure she couldn't. Now this is where things take a dark turn, because if Chrissy didn't just get sick, but instead was made sick, then who is behind it? Is it an ex from Jim's past? Is it someone she did business with? Or is it something even bigger, like a whole organized setup? And the worst part, Jim knows what's up, y'all. Sources say Jim been knowing that Chrissy's sickness wasn't normal, and that's why he's been so stressed out. Because think about it, why else would he be paying off doctors and hospitals in secret? Why else would he be hiding medical records instead of coming forward? And why else would Mama Jones have to find out about all of this on her own? Because if this is really bigger than just a sickness, then Jim might be trying to protect Chrissy from something much worse. Now the real question is Chrissy even safe? Is Jim planning something behind the scenes to get revenge? And most importantly, who is going to be exposed next? Because let me tell y'all, this drama ain't over, and up next in part 3, we're going to break down the possible consequences of this whole mess. Will Jim Jones finally come clean? Is there a secret investigation happening behind the scenes? And could we be looking at the biggest scandal to hit love and hip-hop history? Y'all better stay tuned, because this is about to get even crazier. Alright y'all, if y'all thought part 2 was crazy, then strap in, cause this last part, this is where everything falls apart. We talking about secrets getting exposed, hidden agendas coming to light, and a final twist that's going to have y'all shook. So let's pick up right where we left off. We now know that Jim Jones has been moving real funny behind the scenes. We know there's hush money involved. We know somebody might have set Chrissy up, whether it's an old enemy, a business deal gone wrong, or even somebody in Jim's own circle. But the question is what happens next, because baby, this ain't just some love and hip-hop drama anymore. This is starting to look like a whole criminal conspiracy. And guess who just got involved? The feds. Yep, y'all ain't misheard me. The FBI and other authorities have reportedly been sniffing around Jim's finances for months now. This is where things start making sense. Remember how we talked about millions of dollars mysteriously disappearing from Jim's accounts? Turns out the government been watching him, waiting for the moment to make their move. And guess what? Chrissy's medical expenses, those shady hospital transactions, the private doctors nobody want to name, that might have just been the final straw. Sources say the feds are looking into whether Jim has been moving illegal money around to cover up Something much bigger than just Chrissy's illness, and the wildest part, Chrissy might be a target too now. This is where things get messy, because while Jim been trying to keep everything under wraps, Chrissy ain't been sitting back quiet either. Word on the street is she knows more than she's letting on, and y'all want to hear something even crazier? There's talk that Chrissy might be ready to talk to the authorities. Now hold up before y'all start throwing tomatoes. Let's break this down. If Chrissy was really caught up in something dangerous, she might be realizing she can't fight this alone. And if the feds really got enough dirt on Jim to take him down, Chrissy might be thinking about saving herself first, because let's be real, would you go down for a man who might have put you in harm's way? Now here's the twist that's going to blow y'all minds. Mama Jones been trying to warn Jim. Yep, she might be dramatic, she might be over the top, but Mama Jones ain't dumb. She been telling Jim for years that Chrissy was bad for him, and now she's convinced more than ever that Chrissy is about to stab Jim in the back to save herself. Because think about it, if Chrissy really loved Jim, why would she keep this whole leukemia thing a secret? Why would she let Jim pay millions under the table for some mystery treatment? And why is she suddenly talking to people behind Jim's back? Y'all, it's looking real suspicious. And you know who else just spoke up? Cameron. Yep, Jim's old dipset brother. Cameron just went live the other night, and while he ain't say no names, he did throw some major shade about how certain people are playing with fire and about to get burned. And if you read between the lines, it sounds like Cameron knows what's about to go down, and he's trying to warn Jim before it's too late. Because let's be real, if Chrissy flips on Jim, if she gives up information to the feds, if she's really out here saving herself at Jim's expense, then Jim ain't got a chance. And y'all, it might already be too late, because just a few days ago somebody very close to Jim Jones was reportedly picked up for questioning, and when that happens, that usually means the feds are closing eye on. So what happens now? Well, let's break it down. If Chrissy is really about to flip, Jim is going to have to make a choice. Either he takes the fall for whatever shady business has been happening, or he throws Chrissy under the bus first, because baby, in situations like this it's either you or them, and knowing Jim Jones, he ain't going down without a fight. Now here's where it gets even wilder. Some folks think that this whole thing could have been avoided if Jim had just listened to his mom from the start, because let's be real, Mama Jones been telling Jim that Chrissy was going to be his downfall, but now it's looking like she was right all along. And if the feds really got enough dirt to make arrests, this might be the end of Jim and Chrissy forever. Now here's the final question, will Jim be able to clear his name? Is Chrissy really about to turn on him? And most importantly, how much longer before the feds make their move? Because y'all better believe this story ain't over yet, and when the next chapter unfolds, phew baby, it's going to be even crazier. And there you have it, y'all. This entire situation is straight out of a movie. Mama Jones spilling tea, Chrissy Lynn's health scare, and Jim Jones stuck in the middle of absolute chaos. But the question remains, what's really going on? Is this a family breakdown, a medical tragedy, or is there more to this story than we're being told? Y'all already know social media is going crazy, but I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Do you think Chrissy's condition is real, or is this just another messy situation between her and Mama Jones? And how do you think Jim Jones is handling all this pressure? Also, y'all don't want to miss what's coming next. The story is still developing, and I got even more exclusive updates dropping soon. So make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, because when the next bombshell drops, you'll want to be the first to know. I'll be watching the comments, so let's get into it. Music.